a small basket of these stevias, which are starting to blush, and also pulled off what we had of cherry tomatoes. Now, once again, this is your trigger warning. So if you get offended by stuff, or it's just a joke, but I'm getting ready to rip all these tomatoes out of here. And I'm gonna give you a second. Okay, I think we're all good now. I started ripping out some of the cucumbers on the other side, and I'm going to rip out this whole house of cherry tomatoes. Here's the reasoning behind my madness right now. I've got two things. First of all, you guys do know we chose not to do a farmer's market this year. The reasoning behind not choosing a farmer's market this year was twofold. I didn't think the market manager was doing a good enough job. Kind of got tired of a lot of things in the background, so we chose not to go back to that market this year. We had some personal issues with them, and we chose not to go back this year. So we were on the mend and on the search for a new farmer's market. Reached out to about half a dozen farmer's markets within an hour to 2 hours from us. We got 2 to respond back. The 3 that I tried to get into that I never heard from are very big markets and very prestigious markets, so I knew I probably wouldn't hear back from them, which I did not. The other market is 2.5 hours from us, and then the other market is 30 minutes from us. So I contacted the market that was 2.5 hours from us. Great guy, great city, great people. It's going to be 5 hours of drive time a Saturday, just in drive time, and then a 7 or 8 hour day, which means we're going to have to leave here about 3 o'clock in the morning to get there by 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock to get set up, work all day till 1 or 2, and then drive another 2.5 hours home. At this time, I thought that wasn't going to be feasible enough for us, so we chose. He wanted us to come really hard. I've talked to him multiple times, and I think it may be something we do next year, so just keep in tact for that. Keep that in the back of your mind. So we chose not to do that one. The one that was 30 minutes from us, we've talked about this before. I've reached out to them, got accepted through their program, never heard back from them ever again. Texted, emailed, never heard back from them ever again. One of our friends is a vendor at that market, and she said she talked to the market manager. The market manager's like, oh yeah, they're good to go. I haven't got a hold of him. I got sidetracked, but just let him know that they can show up. Well, that's not how I roll. You're a market manager. You need to do your job as a market manager. Reach out to your customers, reach out to your base. Let us know what's going on. Make me feel all nice and happy before I drop $1,000. That never happened. So we didn't go market. So we got to the Meals on Wheels program here in Kansas, which we serve 5 different counties. A little bit over 5,800 meals get served, and we are the local produce vendor for them. They do use U.S. Foods and Sysco, my understanding, to make up what we can't make up, and they also order stuff that they do not wish to order from us. Agreed that they would buy the products from us at a cheaper rate, still more than they're paying right now, but they're willing to spend that extra to support a local farm. So I am glad for that. Now, 2 reasons why we're ripping out the cucumbers and all the tomatoes. One is the cucumbers are about on their way out. We've got 1 more good month on cucumbers, and they're going to be diseased out. So I'm slowly, the tunnel to my left here, which is the all-metal bootstrap farmer kit, it's loaded down with its 3rd succession of cucumbers and the determinate tomatoes. That house is staying that way. I'm not touching that house till we're done. Now, the reasoning why we're getting rid of tomatoes when they are very loaded up with cherry tomatoes and these smaller tomatoes, as you can see. I mean, I just went through here and just picked what was kind of blushing. My understanding is when we started this that I got a menu 6 months in advance. I got 6 months of menu ahead of time, so I kind of knew what was coming up, which was awesome. Well, when I started looking at that menu, this was after we already agreed to the terms, I already bought the high tunnels, already bought all the seeds, already started all this stuff. They're only purchasing tomatoes, slicing tomatoes and cherry tomatoes from us once a month. Well, if any of you guys have ever grown tomatoes, which probably all of you guys have for watching this channel, they don't just ripen once a month. They ripen daily and weekly. I have tomatoes coming all the time. We have not sold them 1 tomato in 3 months because they want 100 pounds of slicers and 120 pounds of cherry tomatoes every month. Not a lot of weight at all. But we have thrown away and fed to the chickens and gave away so many tomatoes. We've probably given away 250 pounds of cherry and slicers in the last 3 months. Just gave it away. Didn't make a dime, a big goose egg on it. Because they weren't ready for the tomatoes, because they only used that product on certain days. So they weren't ready for it. So what are you going to do? I can't hold, a tomato like this that is blushing. You guys know this. This is 3 or 4 days out from being almost overripe. I can't sell this. Yes, okay. Now, before you guys start raising your hand and jumping in here, just let me speak first, and then we'll talk about it. Yes, I could try to sell these on Facebook, okay? I've tried that. I've tried opening the farm up on Facebook to hundreds and hundreds of people that follow me on both pages, my personal page, my Kansas Garden Guy, which is my personal page, and then Summer Pick Farms, which is our business page, and our Instagram, Summer Pick Farms. I will post stuff on there about eggs for sale, lettuce, salad mixes for sale, tomatoes for sale, cucumbers for sale, and literally I will have almost nobody message me back. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm sweating like a freaking stuffed pig in here. It is 111 degrees in here right now. It's like 90 degrees outside, but it's 111 according to the thermometer sitting behind you. So you have to excuse me if I look like I just fell in a bucket of water. I literally cannot get anybody to come out here and purchase vegetables. And I don't know if it's just because the convenience of going to the grocery store is better, or they want to go to farmers markets, which I understand. I mean, nowadays with the way life is nowadays, everybody wants you to come to them. Everybody is entitled. Now, this is just my thinking. Everybody seems like they're entitled. They want me to come to you or come to the customer to fight for their dollar, which I understand. Stuff moves on. You got to roll with the times. But on the other hand, I can't bring 3 high tunnels of tomatoes to your front door so you can pick out a quart of it for $4. I can't do that. I've tried opening the farm up to people. I could not get anybody to come out here. So what we are going to do is I'm going to pick the cherry tomatoes out of here today that are starting to blush. I've got tons of stuff that's green, but it just is what it is. We're going to save that for my wife and I to eat, and my parents probably, and maybe some close personal friends that do a lot for us, and I usually feed them up in tomatoes just for helping me out. We're going to have that, and then I'm going to chuck all this stuff out. We're going to get all the grass and the weeds killed. You guys do know I hate this white landscaping fabric. I do not recommend this white landscaping fabric. That is my opinion. I know what it's for, reflected the light to help these things flower, and they have done their job, but it does not kill grass like the black does, so grass still grows through your beds. This is all, it's compost here, so you're going to get weed seeds in it. This is a freaking nightmare right now, and my ADHD is just, I'm ready to burn this thing to the ground. So I need to get this grass killed out, this white landscaping fabric pulled up. I need to get a tarp on this for at least 2 or 3 weeks. I've got 2,500 heads of Salanova in my grow station downstairs. That is about 3/4 of an inch high that will be coming out here with towards the end of the month. We're going to get these houses fixed, and then we're going to get these things loaded with salad mix. It's a lot to process. I'm going to take my little basket of tomatoes in the house. Think about what I said. Put down in comments what you think. This may or may not be the right reasoning behind this, but this is the reasoning that I can see that's going to help me try to save the farm here. This year we went all in, bought 3 complete 20 by 100 tunnels, bought $5,000-$6,000 worth of compost, paid thousands of dollars to have dirt work done, and knew that going in that we were not going to make all the money back this year. I knew that. I knew it was going to be a 4 or 5 year thing. I thought for sure we would be, $25,000-$30,000 in by now. But you know what? Sometimes it is what it is, and that's my favorite saying. It is what it is. So I am going to just deal with it and move on. I'm a big boy. They just move on with life. And we're going to get this cleaned up, and then I'm going to look forward to our salad mix, because that is our money maker. I'm going to get this in the house, get me a drink of water, and maybe one of those little slushies or an icy. And then I will see y'all later. All right, guys, it is the next day. You guys saw that little clip of me just mowing some of this down. After walking through here, I decided I was just going to scalp it. So what I did was I set the mower down to almost the lowest level. I can't go all the way because it'll actually eat into the dirt. So I went up, I think, about 2-3 inches on the deck height. And then I just went through here and I actually just mowed all this and bagged it, and then I dumped it out. The reason why I bagged it is because in case there is any seeds, there probably wasn't, But in case there's any type of seeds or debris or something that the mower picks up, I can just get it out of here. I really honestly don't want that stuff in here. This is not the stuff I want to use as a green manure. I still have probably about 2 weeks before I'm actually going to physically put lettuce or salad mix into this tunnel. So I had the idea last night, talking it over with my wife, that we were going to go ahead and come in here with the flame weeder, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it again. Now, you don't have to do that physically. You could just do it one time and be done with it and throw the tarps on it, which I probably could to save propane. But this stuff has been such a pain in my butt that I want the enjoyment of killing this twice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flame weed this the first time, and then I'm going to let it sit about 10 minutes or so, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, go get something to drink, maybe another icy or something like that. And then I'm going to come back here, and then I'm going to flame weed it again, and then I'm going to water it really good with the hose and get this soaking wet, so that way all that stuff will be wet. And then I am going to put 2 silage tarps on top of this. I'm going to close the sides down, and I'm just going to let this thing chill for about a week or 2 weeks. And then when I'm ready to put my salad mix in, I'm going to come pull the tarps up. We're going to put some compost on this. We're going to put our amendments that we're going to use for our leafy greens in here. We're going to tilt all this in. Then we're going to get some salad mix in. So if that's something you guys are cool with, stick around and watch me burn some stuff. All right, guys, we got the plastic on, got everything ready to go, got the sidewalls down, I got my cold drink here. We're not going to be too big of a hurry for what we need right now, so that gives me a little bit of time here to get some of these tunnels cleaned out and turned out. My wife's off tomorrow, so I'm going to have her help me do some landscaping fabric outside of these tunnels for the farm tour that's coming up in October. And we'll talk about this closer to that time. But guys, we are involved this year in the 2024 Kaw Valley Farm Tour, which is October 5th and 6th. That's a Saturday and Sunday. And I think it's 8 to 4 or 8 to 5 every day. What that entails is there's over 50 farms here in Northeast Kansas that are part of this. And for $10, you get a map and you get entry fee to all 50 farms. There's going to be everything from wineries to restaurants to farms to flower farms to everything on this tour. We are on this tour here. And there's also a winery probably about 5 miles from us. It's also on that tour also. We're going to have multiple vendors here from the farmers market. They're going to be here setting up tents. So we're going to have our food here. We're going to have food from other places. We're going to have a photographer here to do small photography sessions if you wish to, or if you wish to hire her for other stuff. We're going to have oils and essential oils and soaps and all kinds of stuff here, guys. So if you guys are local to the Kansas City, Topeka, Northeast Kansas area, hey guys, make sure you hit the farm tour up. It's a great time to come see us on the farm, get a couple selfies. We can check you guys out and talk to you about your gardens and stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to head inside right now, and I will leave you be, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.